Well, hello everybody, I'm just making a little update video. So I do make some posts here and there about like my sickness and my health or whatever, and I don't want anybody to take this wrong, but I need to, first of all, diabetes is different for everybody. Living situations are different for everybody. I'm trying my best to keep myself the best I can with my ability of sleeping in my car and all that, but it's really hard being a type 1 diabetic living in a car. Sure, you can have things like tuna and stuff like that will help you. You can't eat a lot of bread, you can't eat a lot of that stuff, and eating the same thing over and over and over will literally drive you insane. Let alone just sitting in a car by yourself. I mean, I don't have a family that reaches out to me and checks in on me, so I make these videos in case something happens to me, so people actually know. I don't have, I have a very few select friends that will check in on me and whatever not, but I don't have anybody. I don't have, like I said, I don't have a family that reaches out. I don't have a family that will help me in any way, and it's just, it is what it is. I've lived that way my whole life. I've been on my own since I was 15. And I try to just do what I can and make the best of it. And I'm so far invested in this, trying to rebuild the painting company and all that. I'm doing that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it work, whether I get a struggle or not, whether I'm sick or not. I'm just going to make it work. It gets cold in this car. It gets miserable. I get depressed. I get, I feel like giving up so many times, but I don't. I really try hard to make sure things, are gonna be okay and the best I can. Some people, like I don't I have a post, like a pin post for people, anybody who wants to help my van, but I don't ever make besides that, I don't ever just go out randomly asking people for money or anything like that. I do everything on my own, and then I'm pouring money into this car, pouring money into trying to get this company started, which it's it's slow to start, but that's how it works. But I've still got great customers that have come to me and had me do things, and it's been great. I can't go out and get a job for $19 an hour and get out of my situation. You need $4,000 or $5,000 just in rent, just in rent. And then you have the, income requirements, credit requirements. My credit's shot. It is what it is. This is what I have to do to be able to afford anything else. And I'm going to do it. There's nothing that's going to stop me. I'm just going to do what I got to do. But nobody's situation is the same. You can't say, well, you can fix this, you can fix this, you can fix this, you can do this, you can do this. No, you can't. There's no help in Maine, first of all. None. There's, I can't stay at the shelter because every time I do, everybody who knows me, I'm severely allergic to animals. I have a cat. I get sick every time I'm there. So I can't stay there. And there's no programs to help people. There's, they spend all the money on, and I don't want to make this political, but they spend all the money on illegal immigrants. That's just what it is. There's nothing for American people right now. I've had case managers, I've had everything, and I'm still stuck in this situation, and I've done everything I was ever supposed to do. I go to, went and got jobs, I've done everything, I've made things right. I don't drink at all. I don't do any drugs. I don't even smoke weed. I smoke cigarettes, which is, I need to quit, but you know what? That's the only thing keeping me from going insane, so right now I'm not. But people who think it's so easy to fix, it's not. It's very much a struggle. To try to figure out what you got to do and what you got to eat and how you're going to make it work, because I've got to, my diet from my doctor, I'm supposed to be eating a lot of eggs and a lot of steaks, and not steaks, but red meat and fish or whatnot and stuff like that. And it's a lot harder without being able to cook. I can't eat nuts or protein because I lost my teeth from my asthma. And it is what it is, I can't eat a lot of the harder things and proteins, and I can't eat breads at all. I'm not supposed to eat pastas barely, or small amounts. And the cheaper things are the things that I have to stay away from. I can't just, eat anything. And it's just pain in the butt, but I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to let people, ridicule me for everything, because I get up every day. I work on trying to find new jobs, trying to work on boosting up this company and doing whatever I got to do, and that's what I'm going to do, because I know I can make it through this. I'm not the strongest person in the world, but I know that I can try. Worst case scenario, something happens to me, and at least that's why I post these, so people know. If I stop posting, that means something bad probably happened. And it is what it is, I've come to accept that too. It is what it is. I'm going to try my ass off and make it work. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least I know I went down trying, My sugars every day are about 600, and I'm not eating, a whole lot, but I'm eating, the things I'm supposed to be eating. And it's not that I don't have money for food or yada yada yada. It's every penny I spend takes away from me trying to get out of this. Try going in your closet, a small little walk-in closet, like for a little pantry, and try sleeping in that for a week. And tell me how comfortable you are, and then make sure it's 40 degrees outside. You know, it's not. I haven't slept laying down, comfortably in a long time, and I haven't been able to cook, and I haven't been able to do all these things. But you know, I have goals, and all I can do is keep to my goals and try my hardest. And if it works out, great. I hope it does. But everybody's different. Every diabetic's different. Some are more sensitive, some are less sensitive. Some, things react. Like I'll wake up, I'll have a drink of anything, fluid, water, juice, anything, and for some reason my sugar just skyrockets. It'll go from a good number from why I'm sleeping to that. And then I went to try to go get my long-lasting insulin because my stuff expired. It's not working. It's not, my long-lasting just stopped working completely. So it must have got too hot in the car, and that happens. And so I went to go to replace it, but main care won't cover it because it hasn't been long enough. So I have to go without that and just use my regular, which is going to make that run out faster, and then they're not going to cover to fill that. So I'm not sure what to do with that, but I just got to make it work. I got to figure it out. I got, like I do with my company. I'm trying to, I just got business cards, flyers, and yard signs ordered. Those should be here next week. And go from, my goals are to go from this little tiny car that I sleep in and into, I'm going to get a painting van, like a big cargo van or something. And then make a little area for a bed and cooking area, and then still have my shelves for my tools and all that. Why I get, I'm going to have to bear out the winter. It is what it is. And I'll make it, it might get cold, but it is what it is, do what you do. And then I'll work on something once spring hits, when it's really busy, and then I can either, depending how busy I get, either, I'd love to put money down on a piece of property and get a little camp or just a small piece of property and out of skirts of town and figure it out. But if not, I'll rent something and figure that out. But that's, no, not here nor there. Right now I've got to figure out how to get a van so because I can insulate that and make it a little bit more better. But I just got to figure it out, and I will figure it out. And once I figure that out, I can get the van, like I said, I'm going to make it into a little tiny home basically, and I'll have twice the room, 3 times the room I have now, and it's going to be, that's the first step, and that's what my mind's set at, and that's what I'm going to do, just because that's what I got to do, But I just wish everybody would understand that, my situation isn't the same as anybody else's situation, and nobody else's situation is the same as mine. We are all people, and we're all trying, and all I want to do is work for what I got and try to figure it out. And if you need any services done, let me know. I'm a hard worker. I passed Google background when I had my company just a year and a half. Look up Good Riddance Junk Removal in Cocoa, Florida. I owned that for 4 years, and I had, like I said, I was Google verified, so I had a full background check. I was cleared to do anything. I have no criminal history. I'm just a guy trying to make some money, and I have great reviews, and I'm gonna make it work. Like I said, I know how to run a business, and I know how to survive out here the best I can. But all I need is a little help in life, and everybody needs help. If you haven't ever needed help in your life, you're probably lying, because it's just the way the world works. And it's more expensive now. If you can go to a gas station, it's $3.99 for a candy bar now, which I'm not buying a candy bar because I'm a diabetic guy. I'm just saying, that's the price. It's crazy how much things cost nowadays. We've been completely, this is going to be everybody soon if things don't get under control. This isn't just me, you can look down on me and you can do whatever, but this could be you so simple with the prices of everything, with, the world going to whatever it's going to. It just is what it is. So, but anyways, that's my